It's a pretty intense day in the market today, as guys could see that the price for XPENG right now is showing just around $29. The stock is up for the day, just over 8%. This is exciting news for anyone that's invested in this company. Welcome back to KRS Investment, where we make investment simple. Guys, it is exciting indeed, as I was mentioning, that the tech sector and the EV sector has been down for the last few days. Now, specifically, we have seen some tremendous loss in the EV sector in terms of Tesla, in terms of XPENG, in terms of NEO, and all that good stuff. But we can see there has been some kind of movement in an early trading day, as I could say. Now, if we look right now, we can see if we go back, say, the last month, right? For the last month, we can see that XPeng was still trading just around $40 to $50, if you can see that. But then we see a huge downtrend in terms of the stock. Now, we knew that the earning day for March 8 was coming up, so it's just a matter of time before we see some kind of positive movement in the stock price. But up until yesterday, we can see stock price was taking a beating for the day. But not only with XPeng, we could see the same similar play for NEO. But Tesla was down in the low 500s. We can see that came back up, breaking $600 this morning. Now, guys, I let you know over and over how I trade, and I still keep it exactly how I do it. Now, I hope you guys have been watching my other videos. Make sure you guys jump on Workhorse before the stock start to pump back up. Now, it is a great investment for anyone to jump on. Don't really miss that opportunity because Workhorse, as you guys know, was at $13 and $12 at one point in this last 5 days of trading. That was a blessing for anyone that wanted to get in this stock. So again, guys, if you are looking for a great EV stock, my recommendation right now, definitely you can jump on XPeng for this price that we're seeing now. This is like prices what we saw back in IPO. If we go back, say, in the last 6 months, right, the price what we're seeing per share right now, this is the price that we saw back in the post IPO and before XPeng went on a huge run. So anyone that missed out on those opportunity, this is what the stock market is about. Now, I don't want to sound like a salesman. I'm not here to sell you on what stock you need to buy. I'm just here to share my understanding, my experience, what I've been doing to make a lot of profit in this market. As I told you guys from day one, is that I invest in high growth stocks, and then I try to convert that profit into getting stocks that I know will go for the long run. Now, a typical example, we can see that GameStop has been trading insanely again. Now we see it went down to in the low 39s, and now we can see it break $200 per share. Those are opportunity. Those are the opportunities that you guys need in the stock market, because then that will give you an opportunity to invest in the Teslas, in the Apple, in the NEO, in the XPeng. When you could flip or make a huge profit in that short period of time, it works well for you guys. So again, guys, I'm not here to tell you that you need to take that big of a risk, but sometimes the risk is worth taking if you want to invest in a company with a large sum of capital. Now, as I mentioned from day one, guys, you got to start thinking the basics in trading is that we buy low, we sell high. Now, if we look back here in the last 5 days, we can see back on the 5th of March, we can see XPeng was trading in the low 25 at one point. Now, I created a video that let people know that I was going in Tesla and Apple at that point, but this was a great buying opportunity. If you guys got in 25, you could have made a small profit to sell back when it breaks like $30 per share, right? And that was just yesterday. And then we saw there was a huge tail off again, and now it's back up in the same graces. So these are just some of the runs I look for in the stock market. When I see these opportunities, definitely I took advantage of these. Now, for anyone that's watching these videos, again, it's not only with XPeng. No, it's about NEO, right? We can see that NEO was in the low 35 yesterday. We can see Tesla was in the low 550s. We can see Apple at one point was in the low 116. So these are companies that we think that these companies will go long in the long run. So definitely got to invest in these companies at these prices. Now, another company that I want to throw at you guys is Frog right now. JFROG, it's a software company. Stock has took a beating. We can see in the last month or so, and the stock was traded relatively in the 60s to 90s at one point. If we go back, let's say 3 months, we go back 3 months, we can see how the stock has been performing. very nicely. All right, we can see at one point it touches the low 62s, but then it comes back right up here. It pushes and break that $70 mark, and then it comes back down in the same low 60s again at one point, breaking that 60 going down, but then it pushes all the way back up in the 69.70. Now, guys, even in a small short frequency, we got to start thinking of buy low, sell high, wait for a pullback, anticipate a pullback. And if you're trading stock like these, you want to make sure that you're using a stop loss, because when there's a downside to it, you can see that downside breakaway. So say, for example, if you guys got in the 60, 62, and if you have, say, for example, me personally, I normally use a 1 cent rule, like a 1% rule. So I'm willing to lose 1% if I know the stock is volatile, right? So even if you got in, I'd say 62, and if you lose anything, right? Just say, for example, you lose $2-3 on this trade, that's fine, because then you could have get it back in the low 44s, right? So we can see in the 44s, and now I expect heavily. I got some shares earlier because I think, you know what, it is a huge opportunity for anyone that want to get in. If you could have got anything in the 45, I would say 45, 46 is still a great price. But I got some shares in the 45s. I will be monitoring it for the day. I have a few positions that I think I will be closing off on GameStop today. Once I do that, then I'll definitely get more share in JFROG. Guys, it is a software company. These tech companies, at time it will be volatile, but then I'm pretty confident that it should get back over that $80 to $90 per share. Now, keep in mind the lockup day is March 12th, I believe. So for anyone that was locked in the pre-IPO, they will be unloading their shares, and this is the fear why the stock has been going on a downtrend right now. But eventually, I'm anticipating if it drops anywhere, the room that I'm thinking in my mind is that from 42 to 47 right now. So if it breaks 40, I won't be panicking. I probably just get more shares and hold on for the long run. Now, guys, listen, you don't have to get 1,000 shares. You can get 100 shares. You can get 50. It's really up to you. Just promise me that you will do your research to make sure that you're making an informed decision, and the rest is up to you guys from that point. Now, the next stock that we want to talk about right now is one of my favorite. Okay. Now, a nano dimension, guys, it went on a huge run, and we could see there's a pullback right now. Now, I made a video about this stock a while back, and you can see since that video, the stock was trading in the low $4 or $5 per share, and then we saw it took off and hit that $15, and at one point $17 per share, almost touching $18. My goal for this stock was to hit $20. Unfortunately, it only goes up to the 1786. But again, guys, what we do, if we start seeing a pullback, then definitely I was able to exit out, right? I was able to exit out and then got back in, and I was able to make a quick mini run back up. And then I was able to exit out again. Now, I got back in this stock at $6.75. That was when last Friday. So it is a great buying opportunity for me because I made a small profit in the past. Not as small, but I made 200 plus on a percent of my money, so 2 times my return. So that's fine. But it is a great stock to think about. Keep in mind, guys, the future is going to use a lot of this type of technology. If you look at most of the EV companies these days, they are utilizing the same kind of nanotechnology when they're comparing to making parts or to making anything, right? It could be a part for your car, a part for anything electronics that need to create something in a faster time frame. You're no longer waiting 6 months to see something engineering come to life, or a year or two. This technology will bring more products to life at a very fast pace. It could be anywhere from a month to like 2-3 months. So I think that in the future, for sure, nanotechnology will create a huge market, and I think that Nano Dimension is in a great position right now. So for anyone that didn't get in on this stock, definitely it's one of the pick that I highly recommend for anyone that's looking to do some research on nano dimensions. A good stock to pick up. So basically, we covered JFROG, we covered Nano Dimension, and obviously, what we cover so far is XPENG. So those are three of the stock that I think is great opportunity. Now, another stock that I want to throw on you guys here as well. It's something to think about. It's Wish. Okay, so If you guys know Context Logic, now the stock went on a huge run when it was IPO'd, but we saw that run kind of completely disappear. So if you guys are watching this review on this stock, it is a great pickup at $16.13. Now, listen, guys, I wouldn't be recommending this to anyone if I think it wasn't going to be a good pickup. Now, me personally, I told you guys I got in yesterday at $15.80. Now, I definitely think this stock could cross his $25 in the next 2 months. And there's a huge possibility it will break $40 per share by the end of this year. So for anyone that's looking for a semi-tech stock, you can definitely please take a look into Wish. As you guys know, these guys have operation. It's basically, if you look in the future right now, you see company like Square, you see companies like what's the name I'm looking for there? It won't be as big as Shopify, but again, it's a lower tier that you can think about. I really think Context Logic have an opportunity to be a stock that would produce maybe 2x or 3x time you return of the money that you have invested. So keep an eye on the market. It will be going in variable price for the day. I look at it to be going anywhere from $15.50 to $17 for this week, but definitely it will and it should breaks that $20 and $25 by the end of month, if not by April. Guys, these are 4 picks that I think are great opportunities. Now, we do have a ton of stock that you could pick from. Again, you can't go wrong with XPENG. You can't go wrong with NANO. It's still trading below $37 per share. Polar Power, I'm going to shout out every stock that I think you guys should have and consider. Now, we know with QuantumScape, it's still trading below $50 per share. This is a sleeping giant, but definitely if you want to get in the EV space, if you want to be safe, I think Workhorse is the best bet for your money right now. Don't sleep on Nikola. Those ones are still low. Think about it, guys. In 2020, those are the companies that we thought was going to fly off. But then we saw like Fisker, we saw like Lordstrom, all those other guys starts to take over, right? But I still think there's great opportunity. And don't forget, Blink has completely erases almost 200-300% of its highest gain. So it's still a great buy for the money. And of course, we're looking at Baidu. I have Baidu stocks. I'll let you in on Baidu. From Baidu was what, 120, and we saw it breaks 320, and it pulled all the way back down to like 210, 215. Now it's back up again at 250. That's another company that you guys need to take a look at as well. Guys, listen, I can't give you all the game in one video, but there's a ton of opportunity. You just got to make sure that you have that capital to spend. Now, keep an eye on GameStop. As I said, it breaks 230 and per share right now. If you guys recall that huge run to $480, but then we saw that completely erases and go to like $38. Just 2 weeks ago, this stock was trading for $38 per share. And now we look again and it's breaking $235 again. So these are opportunities that nobody wants to talk about. And I feel a lot of the institutional investors and a lot of those people covering this stock, they seems to be blaming everything on Reddit users and retail investors. But in fact, if you look at the numbers, and this stock is actually getting traded more by institutional investors, and they're just hiding behind the scene and making it seem like it's a very volatile stock and it's a retail investors and Reddit users. But in truth, it's the same people that's always pushing it down. Is trying to push it back up now so they can push it back down again. So listen, guys, just make sure you invest in company that less volatile, that provide at least 2-3 times your return, and just take it a day at a time, and then you should be okay. No, guys, until next time, again, this video, I don't want to make it too long. I just want to create a video just to give you my tip. The time now is 9:40 a.m. It should gives you guys a lot of time to make any kind of decision on the market that you want to do, so you guys could make some money. Listen, if you like the video, if you like the content, please like, please share. Let me know what you think. You know, I just want to throw it out there that says, listen, we can all make money in 2020 if we be smart about it. So now, guys, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and make sure make sure you help support your boy and subscribe to this channel, because listen, there's nowhere else you'll get free content like this that's breaking it down so simple. Listen, you don't have to be too complicated. Keep trading simple to a minimal. I want to make sure that the average person can understand and invest without worrying about being anything else complicated, guys. The simple trades are the one that makes us money, right? So why make it complicated? Let's keep it simple. Now, until next time, like, share, subscribe, and peace out.